Greetings, friends. Welcome to Tina Diana Yoga. Today I have a short practice for you to help relieve lower back pain. So if you sit a ton throughout the day, it can put a lot of pressure and a lot of compression on that whole low back area. So to counter that, we'll work to lengthen and stretch out both the spine, but also the backs of the legs today. So go ahead and get started towards the back of your mat here in a standing forward fold, Uttanasana. So just sliding your hands down your legs, hinging at the hips and then letting your head hang heavy. Put a little or even a deeper bend in the knees right here. Grab opposite elbows. And then feel this stability, this security here of your feet and your legs that allows the upper portion of your body here from the tail to the crown to really begin to lengthen and stretch as you get heavier through the elbows, heavier through the crown of the head. And then just come into your breath right here. Allow a little softness through the face. And just really naturally beginning to lengthen your breath. So not forcing anything. You might even add a slight whisper in the back of your throat for a little ujjayi pranayama. And think with every cycle of breath, you're just allowing yourself to surrender a little bit deeper into this fold. You might take a moment to let something pour out the mouth. Flutter maybe. And then gently begin to release your palms to the ground. See if as you shift the weight slightly forward into the balls of the feet, you can softly begin to press your thighs back, root down through the heels, and lengthen through the backs of the legs there. So it might still be a little or a lot of bend in the knees. That's cool, right? But just working subtly here and mindfully, really kindly, pressing thighs back, rooting down through the feet. Even right here, feeling your belly drawing up and in towards the spine. Two more cycles of breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one here, breathe in and out. And gently rocking the hands back towards the feet. Breathing in for Ardha Uttanasana. So palms come lightly on the shins. See if you can find length here from the tail to the crown. Let the shoulders soften down away from the ears. Draw the belly a touch in towards the spine, so you're creating tons of length here through the spine. And then breathe out to hinge at the hips. Slow and steady, really softly fold back into your legs. Let's take that 2 more times. Breathe in, slide the hands up the shins, get long out of the hips. And then breathe out, slowly hinge. 1 more. Breathe in, find length. Breathe out, fold over your legs. From here, put a generous bend in the knees once again. Let your head hang heavy, arms heavy. And then slowly, so belly drawn in, vertebra by vertebra, roll yourself up to stand. Please do take your time. Feel the engagement of the belly, the strength of the legs. As you slowly articulate through every notch of the spine, head is the last thing to lift. Into Tadasana, mountain pose. Let your arms be a little bit wide out to the sides, palms face forward. Close your eyes for a moment here and just stand nice and tall with yourself. Intimate awareness of your feet down in the earth. And then even standing here, it's going to be super subtle, right? But see if you can lift the ribs up off of the waist. And getting a tad longer through the spine. Fluttering the eyes open as you breathe in. Circle the arms around you. Palms press up above you. Urdhva Hastasana. So no back bend here. Just see if you can get long through the spine. So reaching down through the feet, reaching up through the fingertips. And then breathe out. Drag your prayer in towards your chest. Arms by your sides. You're right back into Tadasana. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in. Stretch up. Breathe out. Prayer to your heart. Arms by your sides. Stand tall. 1 more. Breathe in. Looking up with the eyes. And then breathe out. Prayer to your heart. Arms by your sides. From here, get super firm through the legs and begin to just swivel here, side to side. So firm legs, but your arms are sort of like noodles, like cooked spaghetti. So just letting them flow side to side. Keep it gentle, right? So it's a nice gentle twist, which is also really good for releasing any tightness or stuckness that you might be feeling in the low back region. Gently coming back to center, Tadasana. And then from here, we're going to roll ourselves back down. So draw the chin in towards the chest. The belly moves in towards the spine. And then let your arms get heavy as you slowly begin to hinge at your hips. Take your time. Once you come down, Uttanasana, widen your feet a little bit more. So either mat's width, or if you want to go beyond the mat, you can be with that. We're going to play with a little yogi toe lock. So go ahead and get out your peace fingers and then wrap them between your big toe and your second toe for yogi toe lock. Press your big toes into your peace fingers and then press your peace fingers back into your big toe. Breathe in. You can keep as much of a bend in the knees as you need, but try to press your thighs back. Breathe in, find length here through the arms, length through the spine. And then breathe out, maintain the length in the spine as you bend and widen the elbows out by the sides, drawing the belly towards the legs. And then let your crown drop towards the earth. Keep pressing the big toe into the fingers into the big toe. Bending and widening the elbows really gently here to create more room and length along your spine. Take 1 more cycle of breath. And then gently release yogi toe lock. Plant your palms wide on the earth, and then slowly walk your hands forward into downward facing dog. So you can bring your feet back more like hips width distance. Spread your palms wide, press down through each of your finger pads. And then just like we did in that standing forward fold, everybody, put a bend in your knees. And then press your palms into the earth. And then drag your hips back so you're getting long through the spine and the side body. And then you might play with slowly pressing your thighs back, dropping your heels towards the ground. So you're creating length through both the lower half and the upper half. And drag your belly and your low ribs in towards your spine. Chin might even draw in towards the chest, and breathe. 2 more cycles of breath. On your next breath out, lift your heels, drop your knees wide. Point your toes and sit back towards your feet, child's pose. Drop your forehead. You might wiggle the hips a little bit side to side. And then see if you can come up on your fingertips and walk your spider hands forward so that you're getting longer through the side body, long through the spine, just like in downward facing dog. See if you can keep reaching your seat back towards your heels as you reach your fingertips forward. From here, gently walk your spider hands back, head heavy, as you slowly lift yourself up into seated. From here, come to rise up so that you're standing on your shins, arms by your ears, and then go ahead and step your right foot forward so you're coming into a Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge here. And then just get long for a moment through the spine, lift the ribs up off the waist. Take 1 cycle of breath. And then on your breath out, drop your fingertips to frame your front foot. So right here, you might wiggle your back leg back a little bit more, creating more of a stretch in your left psoas there. From here, fingertips on the ground, breathe in to look up, find a little arch through the spine. And then breathe out to slowly lengthen your front leg. Curl your toes towards your face, but keep the length through the spine. Breathe in to replant your front foot, bend the front knee as you look up. And then breathe out to slowly rock it back. Again, walking those spider hands forward to create length. Let's go 2 more times. Breathing in and breathing out. 1 more, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in to come forward right here. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. And then walk your right foot out to the right a little bit as you spin your back heel down. Make sure that that back foot is angled forward about 45 degrees. Shorten and widen the stance quite a bit, so we're setting up for pyramid pose here. Press down through the ball of your front foot as you begin to slowly lengthen that front leg. So there for sure might be a little bit or a deeper bit of a bend in the knee. You can even play if you are really struggling with lengthening that front leg, shorten and widen your stance even more, okay? So we do want to try to find a little bit more length through that front leg. Drag your right hip back and in, your left hip will peel forward a little bit. And then find as much length in the arms and the spine as you can. Breathe in, so it's like an Ardha Uttanasana feeling. And then breathe out, see if you can maintain the length as you hinge at the hips. And just drop. Let's do that 2 times. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, keep the length as you hinge from your hips. 1 more, breathe in. And then breathe out to fold. As you fold in this time, see if you can walk, again, your spider hands forward. So it's a down dog feeling with your arms. Let your head fall between the arms. Strengthen your outer thighs, your outer leg line, so that you can find a little bit of lift and lightness through the inner leg line. Evening out through the hips as needed. Lengthening out through the spine as much as possible, but not pushing it. Just slowly exploring, right? Testing your limits for today. Take 1 more cycle of breath. then breathing in, walk the hands back under the shoulders. Lift and lengthen the spine. Lift your back heel, plant your palms and step back into downward facing dog. Again, bend the knees. Press your finger pads into the earth. Lengthen through the side body and then press the thighs back. Play with dropping the heels towards the ground, lifting the toes. Breathe in to lift the heels. As you breathe out, drop the knees right under your hips, point your toes. Palms wide, wrists under shoulders, cat-cow here. Breathe in, drop the belly, lift the tail and your eyes. And then breathe out, drag the belly in towards the spine, press the palms into the earth, chin in towards the chest. Breathe in, arch. Breathe out, dome. So keep this going on your own. Just taking this journey along your spine, feeling into each notch, perhaps even lengthening the breath. You can keep the movement linear or take some circles here with the head and the hips. So this can feel really juicy and awesome. I know it does for me right now. For your spine. So just working through, again, any kinks, stuckness. And then gently pause, reverse the direction of the circles, creating balance and harmony. Stay with the breath. Gently coming back to center, long spine, and then sit back towards your heels, coming to seated. Rise up onto your shins as you breathe in, get long, and then step your left foot forward. And then just take a moment here, feel your feet in the ground, and then as you reach your fingertips up, the ribs lift off the waist. Gently bring the fingertips to the earth to frame the left foot. So right along that same line here is the left foot, maybe even a tad forward towards your left toes to create more length here along the spine. We're going to breathe in, let the weight draw forward, look up, and then breathe out to slowly lengthen your front leg, rocking your hips back towards your right heel, spine long. Breathe in, rock it forward, look up. Breathe out, rock it back. Breathe in, forward. Breathe out, back. One more. Ooh, might hear some cracks. It's all good. Come forward here. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. And then drop your back heel to the ground. Walk your left foot out to the left. Bring your back foot forward a bit. And then work to slowly lengthen that front leg by pressing down through the ball of your front foot. Okay, so shorten and widen quite a bit. Again, we want to try to be able to press that left thigh bone back and lengthen out through the back of the left leg. So if you need to shorten and widen even more, please do. From here, drag your left hip back and in a bit. Your right hip will come forward. Breathe in to find as much length here through the arms and the spine. Press down through the ball of the left foot. And then breathe out, maintain the length as you hinge and bow over your left leg. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in, long spine. Breathe out, keep it long as you fold. 1 more, breathe in. Breathe out. This time you can walk your spider hands forward. Let your head fall between your arms. Again, engage your outer thighs here. Find a little lift through the inner arch of your back foot. Stability through the legs by evening out the hips. Notice if one shoulder or the other is off balance. See if you can bring both of them in the same line. Soften the face, the jaw. Be with the breath. See if you can be with any discomfort that might be happening in the back of the left leg. We hold so much in our hamstrings. Oh my goodness. One more cycle of breath. And your next breath in. Lift your head, softly walk your fingertips back under your shoulders. Bend your front knee, lift your back heel. Plant your palms as you move back to downward facing dog. One more time, bend the knees, press the palms into the earth, reach your seat back, and then gently press the thighs back, drop the heels, gather the belly and the low ribs. Breathe in to lift your heels. Breathe out, drop the knees wide, child's pose, sit back. This time as you breathe in, lift your head here. You're gonna slither your heart forward between your palms, point your toes, lengthen your legs, and then bring your forearms to the earth. So we're coming into Sphinx pose. So you wanna make sure your elbows are right under your shoulders, palms wide, and then see if you can point your toes, find a little lift through the front of the thighs. A softening of the shoulders, look straight ahead with your gaze. So Sphinx is awesome for countering that compression that happens in the low back by really getting us into the natural curvature along the spine there. See if you can breathe here, 2 more cycles. And then one more, why not, for good luck. And then gently, elbows out wide. You'll flip over, so as softly as you can, flipping over to lie on your back. Cactus your arms right here. Draw your chin in towards your chest. Bring your feet mat's width distance, so wider than hips width, so feet all the way to the edge of your mat. And then just let your knees fall to the left, look to the right. And then knees back to center, knees to the right, look to the left. Keep this going. A few more times. So again, some nice, soft twisting can feel really great for the back. But you don't really want to do any sort of deep, right, twisting, especially when you are experiencing any sort of pain there. Take it one more round. And the next time you're on the left, just pause there for a moment. You can even flex your left foot and place your left foot on your right thigh there. A little relaxed, reclined half pigeon feeling. One more cycle. And then gently release that left foot. Knees to the sky and then knees to the right, look to the left. You can flex your right foot, place it on top of your left thigh. Soften and surrender and breathe. One more cycle of breath. And then gently release the right foot. From here, you can simply roll over to your right side fetal position. Take a moment to honor yourself and this sacred time that you've created for healing, for movement, for breath. And your next breath in, head heavy, slowly peel yourself up off of the ground. You can come to a seat here. If you have a seated meditation or if you'd like to take Shavasana lying down, please go for that. Otherwise, we are all finished here, my friends. Namaste. Thank you.